So for the viewers, for Suchi's viewers and Sushi's viewers, my name is Loki. I'm a new content creator. I started doing it from when Star Savior started, and yeah, been my passion for a while, and finally got the chance to do it. Suchi has been inspiring me a lot, so thank you
Mm-hmm.
for that. Geets as well. Sushi, we have Suchi and we have Sushi.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys want to introduce yourself?
If you if you want to make it easier to differentiate name calling, you can call me, you can add a C to the S. You can call me Scoochie, and that might
Sushi.
be easier to differentiate between sushi.
Sounds good. We gotta do
But
that.
yeah, I mean, we can start with we can do introductions for everyone once again. I mean, like we got Loki to do it. I mean, Gits, what about you? You can just tell a bit about yourself or what you stream
Yeah,
if you want.
sure. So my name is Gids. You can find me on YouTube and Twitch as well. I started making content for Star Saviors as well, and mainly focusing on Journey. So Journey is the most fun part for me in the game because I just I just was playing a lot of Uma Musume, and it's basically Uma Musume ported into this game, which is pretty fun. So yeah, if you have questions about Journey and stuff, that's pretty much what I've been doing,
Mm,
and I'm out of tickets still until now.
I mean, like you've been in Giga Research, I guess, and experience in just like journey farming, right? Like, I mean,
Yeah.
like it's pretty. Like, you're probably gap us and all in like in terms of like that sort of thing, especially because like all of the mechanics from Uber Musume does translate into Star
Uh-huh.
Savior. Not all of it, but like a good amount.
Yeah.
And then how about you? I mean, once again, Sushi. Well, you can introduce yourself, just if you don't mind.
Yes, of course, of course. So, my name is Sushi Lightning. You guys can call me Sushi. So for Uma Musume, I actually like played it for like an hour, but I didn't really like play it before. Like I didn't really get into it. But I mainly started playing Star Savior mainly for the booba, and then
Mm.
for the RTA
Uh-huh.
aspect.
Mhm.
For the RTA aspect, the thing is, I'm a pretty big Etheria streamer, Etheria Restart, if you guys are familiar with that game, and I'm a top player in that
Oh
game.
my
So
god! Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
pretty
yeah.
interested in the RTA in this game. And I
Wait, are you
quite
still
like
playing
the
Ethereum, sorry?
I'm still playing it now, yeah. I still am.
Okay,
But
okay, okay.
the season just ended yesterday and I got like the
Mm.
deepest I've gotten into the highest rank
Okay, okay,
in
okay.
the theater. So it's cool, it's
Ooh.
cool. But yeah, Uma Musume, the journey stuff is like really fun. It's still pretty new to me, but I'm really liking it for sure.
Mm. Might be like a nice breath of fresh air in terms of like gearing up your character, I guess, like increasing your character strength as well. I do appreciate, I mean, hard journey like sort of things. Did you play any other RTAs, Sushi, other than Ethereum, or was Ethereum your first RTA game that popped in your like
Ethereal,
game in?
yeah, it was actually my first one. I'm normally just a
Mm.
casual gacha gamer,
Yep, yep.
but I got hooked on Etheria, and now I guess I'm just a top player every season now.
That's
I
crazy.
mean, that's yeah, that's great. I
Yeah.
mean, did you get to participate in any of the tourneys as well? Because I know they had a lot of tourneys at the beginning, and they probably still have some right now as well. Some ones where normal players can join. Were you able to
Yeah,
like
that's a good
mm,
question. So I'm not the toppest of players. I'm like the
mm.
worst of the top players. So
I mean that's
I'm
you're still like 1%. You know, it's still
Yeah, you're
up
Still
there
still
the
though.
cream
there.
of the
Yeah,
crop.
yeah, yeah. Exactly, exactly.
yeah, but I never got into those tournaments because I don't get
Damn.
the high enough
Mm.
placings. You know, like the highest. So
Oh.
like I'm kind of I hang out with the top players for ER like so
Yeah.
much that I
Mm.
think that I'm like a casual, but I'm
Mm.
still like with in like looking back, I'm still technically like a really top player, like a sweat too. I'm just a
No,
casual
no, no.
compared
Yeah,
to
yeah.
the super top players. Yeah.
I mean, basically, yeah, yeah. You're just saying like there's maybe like the top player. You're like you're probably at the bottom of the top players, but you're still the top player. Like it's still very
Yeah.
much up there. You're very like it's like let's say League of Legends. Like you're a challenger player, sure. Like maybe you're not better than like let's say someone like Faker, but you're still in challenger. Like you're still probably better than
Exactly.
99% of the player base. Like it's like yeah,
Exactly. That's a
and I think
really
that's
good.
great.
Yeah. Thank you.
Wow.
And yeah, that's pretty impressive. It is so like for the tourneys, I guess like it's off placement, so like just like not just like an invite or like
Yes.
a join request. That is like a bit of a shame, I guess, because it would have been. I'm sure it would have been kind of cool to join like a tourney, especially for a game that you love, like a third restart that you're having a lot of fun with. Because
That's
tourney
true. I
tourneys are
did
pretty fun.
I
Hmm.
did host like one viewer tourney one time. I didn't participate in it, but
Oh,
I did
yeah,
host
yeah,
one, and
yeah.
it was pretty fun.
Because you can make your own. Wait, was that always possible? Could you always make your own Tony rooms? Because I know you could. I don't know if you can do that for
So you
Theory, but I know
could,
you can do that for Star Savior.
yeah. So for Etheria, you could make a room. You just have to manually pick the players to go at a time. It wasn't like in a tourney bracket, but it's just one at a time. Like these two players fight, and everybody watches, and you have to manually
I see, I see, I see, I
move
see, I
them
see, I
over.
see.
Yeah.
Okay, okay, yeah, that's pretty cool, man.
I think I
Yep.
saw
And
a
then,
month ago or 2 months ago. Vulcan,
oh,
CNB went to China and
Yeah.
stuff.
Yep. Yeah, that was the in-person tournament. They had like the really big content creators, like you said, Vulcan and Sean B. They were casting there for 12 hours, sitting in the same spot for like 12, 13 hours straight. But that tournament was really hype for sure.
sorry, Sushi, I have a question from a chatter, but he's asking who are the top Ethereum players. Yeah, because
Who
like
are
he has played, he's also
Mhm.
like well, he played Ethereum for a very long time as well. He doesn't
Yeah.
play now, I believe, but like yeah, I'm just curious. If maybe just yeah, I'm just curious. Like if you can name a few
Yeah,
top players.
so the number one player in the entire game without question who has won both the in-person tournaments and just ended first place today is Kecker. He is
Oh,
by far the best
today.
player. Yeah, the
Oh
season just
shit.
ended earlier today and he got first place
Ah,
again.
holy crap. Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
insane.
okay.
We got like
Yeah, that's
Kecker,
actually
we
insane.
got
Hmm.
sorry, Luca, we got Sturby, we got like Bread, Rob, Bach, like those are all the top players. They've been the top since the beginning and they're still at the top. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess like yeah, they've been grinding it out. I mean, what would you say is like a big difference between like a top player and I guess like an average player? Like, would it just be pure farming in units, or would you say a massive amount comes into that RTA drafting and like knowing what teams to like to counter pick, I guess, for PvP?
Yeah, so that's a really good question. So I talk about this a lot with the
Mm,
top players. We're always like arguing,
mm,
debating about it. But with any RTA PvP gacha game, there's always a pay to win aspect,
mhm,
right?
mhm,
So if you get more dupes, your characters are stronger. You can gear them up better. But I would say the biggest thing for Ethereum Restart is definitely the gear. Like for the average player, you have literally
mm,
no chance of beating
yeah.
a longtime veteran player who has like way better gear than you. Literally impossible.
Mm, okay, 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 okay. And like that's mostly just well, obviously refreshing as well for stamina, like 10 times a
Hmm.
day, but also just purely RNG, right? Like in a bit, or is there like a way to alleviate that RNG aspect
I
for
mean,
Ethereum? Because I do know they made some changes.
yeah, so for Ethereum, there is quite a lot of RNG depending on like
Mm,
which characters you use, especially if you play like a crowd control, stunning,
mhm,
freezing
mhm,
type of play style. But for the most part, if you are that good and you're that knowledgeable, like the top players are, they're able to draft extremely, extremely well, and they can
mhm.
mitigate RNG. But every now and then, you can still lose a game due to pure RNG,
Yeah,
bad
yeah,
luck.
of course, of course, of course. The bad luck will probably exist in all of games, even just yeah, just in general. I mean, that's
Mhm.
very interesting. Yeah. Oh, I mean, and I guess like I'm assuming you haven't have you gotten to play a lot of this game's RTA? It's very early stages as well, and you'll probably notice the difference in archetypes as well, because we have Star Savior right now only has the basics of a cleave
Mhm.
and anti-cleave, while Theory
Mhm.
obviously started off with like cleave and bruisers, like control and all
Mhm.
that. But yeah, like any thoughts on like PvP for now for Star Savior? It could just be as simple as a first impression.
Yeah, so I haven't played like real RTA because I think up to Gold
Mm.
5 is like all bots,
Mm-hmm.
right? But
Mhm. Yeah.
I did get one real player, but like we haven't
Mm-hmm.
done any of the drafting yet, right? Because the RTA, the draft really starts in
Mm.
Gold. So
Yeah.
I'm still just trying to level up my characters for the next week or so, and then I'm probably just gonna go all in RTA, probably like an hour or two every single
Oh.
night.
Oh shit. Okay. Okay. Okay.
Well, I've seen
Nice.
a lot of his
Yeah.
saviors equipped with gears.
Yeah, that's the same thing I did for ER actually. In the beginning, when I was still learning how to play RTA, I was
Mm-hmm.
grinding for like 2, 3 hours every single night for like 50 something nights before I hit like the highest rank. Only
Uh,
the OGs
I
remember.
mean, yeah, the grind is really respectable. I'll say, like the 215. Like it's. I mean, PvP, especially in the early game, is probably mostly about grinding. Even if you get like unlucky with a few fights. I know, for example, like this is a bit different, but like I had a chatter who grinded PvP like way early into the stage, and like He hit like pretty high rank for PvP, but obviously he can't contest against whales because he himself only spent like 18 bucks in the game, so he was just kind of bot
Mhm.
fishing. Overall, just like grinding out the game, like grinding out PvP, is pretty damn respectable for any of the for whether it's a theory resource or savior. Is there an
Definitely.
archetype you want to use, or are you kind of open with anything, or like
You
is there
mean
an
for Star
archetype you feel like
Savior?
is good? Yeah, for Star Savior. Sorry, yeah.
Yeah, so I think you mentioned it earlier. You were saying
Mm.
how mainly right now it's just cleave and anti-cleave.
Yep, yep.
But I'm a cleaver also in a theory restart. There's just something about
Yeah.
big nukes, bro.
Of
Humongous
course,
nukes.
bruh.
It feels so good to me. So I'm cleaving all the way, bro. I'm
Oh
cleaving all the way.
shit! Nah, that's how you're Mathia enjoy it when she just Mathia fucking ulti invincibility. I actually don't
Yes,
know much about
yes.
RTA,
We
but yeah.
call like so you're saying Messiah from
Yeah,
ER, right? We call him
sorry,
the
yeah,
BBC.
yeah, yeah.
We call him
Yeah, the
BBC.
BB, of course. Fucking the amount of damage that man does is fucking insane. Okay, okay.
Wait, when did Ethereal Restart came out?
It came out last June, so it's like
Yeah,
10 months into the
Oh,
game now.
yeah,
it's actually still hype then.
It's
yeah.
actually no, it's
And
actually still good.
it's
Yeah, it's
almost a
actually
year
good.
into it. So almost anniversary, no?
Yeah, we're hoping for some
Yeah.
really good rewards for the anniversary too.
Hopefully.
Let's hope Star Savior also will do well like that. It's like the third week
Yeah.
this time, and we're seeing a
Yeah.
lot of new players.
Yeah, a lot of my viewers are telling me, "Hey, thanks for showing me this game. I just started it. I'm loving it." So I'm hoping for Star Savior too, definitely.
Mhm.
And also another thing that I need to point out, Suchi is purely F2P in all games that he play, and Sushi on the other end is the opposite, isn't
Wait,
it?
no, I'm
Ooh.
not a whale. No, I'm not a whale. That's a lie. I'm a light
Oh.
spender. I'm a light
Light
Gits
spender.
Spender.
in
I
the
could
I
be
mid.
would.
the middle ground probably. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm actually a light spender. I only bought like what
I
did I
only spent
buy?
500 bucks within the first week of the game. I'm a light
No,
spender
why
guy.
do you think I'm a whale? I'm not a whale. I okay, so I
No.
bought the battle pass. Okay, I bought the
Yeah,
battle
yeah.
pass.
Battle Pass is
That's
fair.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
battle pass. I bought that selector.
Yeah, the 2000%. Yeah, the
The
$18
two
club. Yeah. I
Yeah,
get you. I
yeah.
yeah,
get you.
and then I bought like both the monthlies, and then I
Mm-hmm.
bought like the three $1 packs. So technically, I've only spent like 38 bucks, something like
It,
that. So I'm
Oh
not
yeah, that's
it's
light
not a
actually
spender.
whale,
fine.
it's
That's
an
actually
orca.
fine.
I'm not a whale. I don't know
Orca.
why everyone
Yeah, that's
confuses
fucking
me.
Orca compared. That's 32% more like money you spend than me if you think about it. That's kind of fucked. But
Oh yeah,
no,
but
okay, yeah, that's
one
fine,
of
bro. That's fine. Yeah,
I'm not a
32.
whale. I
Yeah,
don't know where that
32 is
Gits
came
fine.
from.
actually more a whale than.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Gid's
No,
probably spending
that's
way
pretty
more, right?
much what I bought as well, no?
Oh, you too as well?
Yeah, pretty much
No,
what
no,
I
no.
have bought.
One of the top players in
Hmm.
the Theory Restart who's also like a mega whale. He spent $8,000 on SS already.
What?
On SS
Ooh.
already?
Yes,
Ooh.
$8,000. His name is Lars.
Yeah.
Lars Laurent. He's a top player in ER too.
Uh,
He's a mega
oh,
whale, bro. That's
oh
what
Is
I'm
it
my.
saying.
bigger
I
than
I'm not a
mean,
Loki?
whale.
it's like for RTA. I mean, like cause like especially if you through. So I'm assuming he also played like Summon as well, so like Epic 7 as well. Like the main thing is like yeah, you get the advantage of just whaling in general, cause like whaling means more
Mhm,
stamina, more resources, more things you can
mhm,
grind for, and like for example Epic 7, like the top like two players. I know like top one spent like 10,000, 10,000 to like
Jeez.
100K.
Oh,
And then there's a random ass free to play in that top three. To be fair, it only hit it like one time. It was like on a certain meta as well. But and then like the third
mhm.
player was also spent like 10K to like 100K. Like it's the people who spent. And I know also in Summoners Wars, one of the top players spends $1 million a year on Summoners War for
Yeah.
Yeah.
RTA. So yeah,
Jeez.
He's really
like
keeping the game alive.
he legit is like he single handedly is, bro. Like holy fuck. Like I don't
YDCB.
know how the funny is, but yeah.
Man,
Yeah.
the other thing is Gits. Last night you
Yeah.
streamed, but then you cut off short. What happened?
Yeah. Power went out last night. I thought it was just my lights flickering, but second time it happened, it was just out. Probably 1 to 2 hours,
Mm.
but I just went to bed at that time. Don't know when it came back. But yeah, sometimes it
There's
happens.
there's a viewer from Sushi's stream that knows you.
Wait,
By the way,
really?
heard your voice and says, "Is that Gits?"
I mean, yeah, I've
Wait.
been all around different games. I don't know.
Summoners Wars Chronicles, it says.
Yeah. I did that game for a while.
And the other, what was it? The Sushi's been around since Etheria. Is it your first game ever?
No, I started with Olympus. I only played 3. Like, I started roughly around. Yeah, so I started. Wait. Are you sure 3 came? Oh, okay, maybe 3. Yeah, 3 probably did come on June. It was like kind of like late or mid June. So I started like early June, streaming in general, and then I started with Limbus. I played Ethereum on the on the sides. I didn't really. I played like once on stream, but like I played it just on the side for like a month, and then I just had computer problems. And it was just crashing everything out, so I ended up quitting the game. Even though like I was enjoying it though for that entire month, I will say. But yeah, and then I played Limits for a good amount for the next like I'd say 2 months until I played a lot of Shadowverse Worlds Beyond, and I was like, and I played that for a very long time as well. And I also, even though obviously I wasn't like a top PvPer for that game, I did like participate in like 3 of their tourneys. My first
Mhm.
tourney ever was like very close to winning, like hitting semifinals, because yeah, basically you have to win 8 matches out of 10 to go into semifinals. And so, and that took, and like honestly, it's just Shadowverse in general, but Shadowverse Worlds Beyond like tourney is like it's pretty scuffed. Where I think I started at 3 a.m. and then it ended at around like 12 p.m. So like it was just like there's a lot of technical difficulties. Yeah, there's a lot of waiting as well. I think it's like minimum like 30 minutes of waiting per match, and I have to do all 10 as well. It was like a fun time, which is like why I was also curious whether or not Sushi participated in tourneys, because even though like spending like 8 hours up, even though I didn't sleep at all at 3 a.m. and trying to do like and just waiting around, especially because I have to do delayed streams. I couldn't even like chat with anyone. Was kind of miserable. It was also really fun. It was really fun to see how far I can go as well. And I was like really happy that my homebrew deck was legit 1 win off of me going into semifinals and then potentially into grand finals as well. It was a fun time, and I think like ponies in general is just a fun thing to try at least once for like a PvP game if you enjoy it.
Ooh.
Mm, I mean, and also finally, I know it's a bit late, but I guess with that, I'll also just introduce myself. I'm Suchi. I stream. Well, I mostly stream like whatever game I'm hooked on, but I'm a big Olympus Company shill. So if you guys don't know, Olympus Company is a story-based gacha game. It probably is easily the best story in gacha industry, and probably just like pretty high up as a normal story, I'd say. But even and so I probably like every time they do a new content, I immediately drop everything and stream it, or at least play it up to date. It also like amazingly, if you want to look at Steam charts, has like what like 40K to 80K concurrent right now on Steam, which out outdiffs literally any like gacha game right now. Of course, gacha games obviously are on mobile, but still, just like a nice little cool fact. But yeah, I stream roughly every day. Well, I try to stream every day. Sometimes there's some things that happen, but yeah, more or less every day. And yeah, and then I think we can finally get the slides started. So, Loki.
Yeah, perfect. Uh, so that's pretty much our introduction. I know that a lot of people are here to enjoy Star Savior, and since there's a lot of new players, we made this kind of like a podcast as well as guide. Hopefully, viewers can also ask around any questions. More of the sushi, Kuchi, Geets, or myself, if we know the answers to, will answer your questions and hopefully can help all the new players. Right, so the first one basically is talking about the Cube Palace. I don't know like how many of the viewers been doing Cube Palace or even Sushi, Kuchi, Geets. Any of you guys finish with Cube Palace until the very end?
I have, and I've been autoing since I've done it.
Yeah.
Yep, me too.
Don't
So
remember
for
when I did it.
definitely,
So yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, I'm
definitely
maxed out.
for brand new players, I think you definitely need to do this every single day.
Uh huh.
Correct,
Yeah,
correct.
and just try to progress as far as you can, but you should be able to clear pretty much all of it if you play a lot, like probably like the first week and a half or so.
Yeah, this is what we gotta discuss today. So
Yep.
if Gits wanna kick off with covering
Okay.
the introduction to the Cube Palace itself.
All right, sure, can do that. Okay, so Cube Palace right here is like, yeah, it says here a roguelike mode, but I'm not sure if it's accurately like that. But basically, this game mode has like 5 levels, and every level in this game mode has like 5 stages. So you're going to be battling like 5 different waves of enemies, and usually I think wave number 3 and wave number 5 are going to be your boss waves. So first 2 waves and fourth waves are like freebies, but yeah, usually you don't really struggle with those two until you start fighting the next boss, like usually at wave 3 and then wave 5. Right. So that's basically like the introduction to this mode right here. And the rewards that you get from this mode is pretty good. I think it will be discussed later on, but it's going to be the cubes that will be used for leveling your character skills. Okay. For this game mode, you get like 1 entry per day. I don't think there's any way for you to get extra additional entries, so it's only
Yeah,
really
but
just one per day. So as much as possible, if you are new, you just want to try to progress again, progress as far as you can. I think you can retry as well. Is it once? I think this is just once because I never really tried to retry. I just push as far as I can, and if I fail, I just end it there and just get my cubes.
Mm,
That's what I was doing during the early weeks.
fact,
So
fact.
yeah,
yeah, only once. And the next one, basically like as Gits mentioned, there's 5 levels. And then this one is the rewards. Suchi maybe want to cover this bit, and then I'll help with the
Yeah.
slides as well.
Well, this is I'm assuming for yeah, this is for level 1. I don't know
Yeah,
if they're all different, but more or less you can see basically within a level there's 5 stages, and each stage has a reward currency. So as far like let's say you stop at level 3, sorry, stage 3, then you'll get up to the level like stage 1, stage 2, and then I don't know if you get stage 3 rewards. I don't know if it's like within the same one. Like if
if
you
you
fail at
fail,
stage
I believe no.
3, no, then yeah. So like wherever you end up, you'll probably get -1. So if you like, let's say you fail at stage 4, then you get stage 1 to 3 rewards, and you get a good amount of green ones. So it's like this one, even though like probably won't be that useful, it is nice to know if you want to min max. Let's say you're on like level 5, and like there's something specific you want to aim for. Like let's say you really like the greens, you really need the green stuff, and you can see like stage 4 at least gives you green. Then you can try and aim for that if it's like a really close one as well. Well, like Gid said, you can only retry once, so you do have to kind of be careful. But yeah, this is just a nice breakdown of how many cubes you get per stage.
Yeah. How many days you reckon like for new players can achieve like stage 5 out of wave 5? If you
Mm,
Sushi, remember Gucci, Gits?
Yeah, I think for me it took like a week and a half, and I wasn't even playing like everything. I was playing most of the stuff
mm,
like every day. So I think like a
mm.
week and a half, and I've been autoing since.
That's pretty good.
yeah,
So
I
Wait,
think that's
early,
around the same time as mine. I
were
just
you
don't
guys
remember the exact time.
pushing hard? I think that's the only big difference. Whether or not, because I know you said Sushi, like you said you weren't playing that much, but were you still pushing for as high as possible of operations? Because I will say like there's probably a big difference between like resource usage from like a new player who's just like autoing and like someone who's trying to push as far as possible in operations. Because some people are fine with just waiting and taking their time, and some people really wanted to get, let's say, to operation 24 ASAP. And so I think like if you were pushing, yeah, probably like a week and a half. If you
Hmm.
weren't pushing and you just take your time a lot, it might be like maybe 2 weeks or like 2.5 weeks. Because like, you
Yeah,
probably
so
be
I
way
think
weaker as well.
exactly, yeah. So it also tells you like the range of the CP for each
Mm.
floor, right? So
Mm-hmm.
what I did for me personally, I would play and then maybe like an hour or 2 hours before the reset because I'm in NA, so my reset is like during the middle of the day. I would just try to do the next level for Cube Palace manually, and if I get it, then great. But I think very clearly if you hit that upper range of the recommended CP, you should be able to clear it.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, probably like then I think like on the average play will probably just be 2 weeks max in, like average
Yeah.
wise. Unless like you're really slow, then yeah, maybe 3 weeks. But yeah, I think like the average player is probably gonna be 2 weeks, and then the good players, like the players who push a lot and know like a lot about the game, probably like within the week or 1 week and a half. Okay.
I think that's pretty accurate. Sushi's chatter also says 5 days. Gucci's chatter says 6 days. Pretty competitive
Sweat,
chatters.
bro. Super sweat.
Any 4 dayers in my chat? I'm just saying we can't be out of we can't
Yeah.
lose the sushi chat like this, okay? Like there's a 5 dayer in here.
5 day. Yeah, it gotta equal it out.
Oh, we got
Apparently,
2 days. We got 2 days.
Rio is the winner there. 2 days. No.
It was 20. It was 20. We got 2 days. We got 2 days. No one can beat that.
Oh, actually, the accurate most likely 5 days because because you need
Yeah,
at
run it
least 5 days
5 times. Yeah.
to tackle each of the stage.
Yeah, so one of my chatters, Ririo, he's a mod for one of the top whales in the game as well. So I think he probably knows pretty accurately that it'll probably take about 5 days. How long did Brenda take Ririo? Like 5 days, right? Because you watch him pretty much all the time too. We'll just wait for him, but I'll update you guys. It should be about probably 5 days. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's accurate. And us Gits and Scoochie cover as well. You can only retry once. I've tried on learning it the hard way with my main account so for this content, and then I couldn't really try. That was messed up. And you can auto, like Sushi mentioned, once you reach the top bit, and then you can just claim the rewards for that day. And I think that's pretty straightforward. There's not a lot of contents to discuss in this one. If Gucci wanna cover, there's this cheat codes bit. Oh,
So
Sushi,
like
sorry.
sushi.
Sorry,
No.
Sushi.
Yeah, so I'll cover this part. So for the cheat codes, they're just like little buffs that you can pick for your runs, right? Just to help out a little bit. So you can get 20 activation points per day by simply participating in the Q Palace Daily to upgrade those cheat codes. And you can check all of them. There's not really I mean, I don't know if you're gonna get into the builds after this, but I'm pretty sure you can just read whichever the power-ups are good for the teams that you're running, right? It's usually pretty obvious, like which ones are good DPS ones, which ones help you with survivability. But also the computation tier is like the account level for your Q Palace. So the higher tier you get, the more cheat codes you can unlock, and the higher the levels are, the better the cheat codes are as well.
Yeah. And also, this
Yeah,
one is pretty much just shows a little bit sushi.
Mhm.
Like if you see, just as
I
Sushi
s-
mentioned,
Mhm.
you can only upgrade this next stage after you beat certain levels.
I think I mean I'm not gonna lie, I blanked out just in case it wasn't mentioned. Yeah, you can reset the cheat codes pretty damn easily, like very cheaply as well. So no need to be like, oh, I can't. I only want to use. I want to save this until I get to level 5. Just use it whenever you need to, and then you can reset it whenever you want, and then redo it whenever you want as well. So
Yep.
it's not something valuable. You have to like save up.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
only
pretty much
2,000
like
gold.
free extra power for your team if you're trying to push. Like if you just unlock a new level for your computation tier, like you can downgrade some of the other buffs that you took and take the higher tier ones
Yeah.
and try to push again, something like that.
Yeah. And then we can skip this one. The importance, I think like Sushi mentions at the start, this is really important to just do it so that you can upgrade your skill levels because you do need the cubes, the cubes and the Aether Dust. All these rewards here from the Cube Palace. And then this is a breakdown of the skill level up costs that one of the database for the English 1, he has put up all this as well.
Mm.
I'll also link it in the sushi's chat because this one is relatively new compared to the Kanoban Korean guy. Because this guy is his name is Trace. He goes into the in-game code to data mine all this.
Nice.
And then
No, but unfortunately, it's like not 100% confirmed. It's still like up for discussion. I mean, like yeah, cause like it does still feel like there's something's missing, and like it's probably right. Like I'd probably say like 90% of the time it's probably right, but like not just these things. Like this one's probably correct, but like things
Yeah.
like the actual like effect breakdown, for example. Like me and Gids like Loki knows about this, but like do you know about the debuff accuracy and how it works out, Sushi? Because like this website also has a breakdown on how that works and how like it needs to go through like 2 different checks before applying the debuff. And yeah.
Yeah, I think so. I think
Mm.
it's similar to a Ethereal restart. I think
Mm.
in SS it's like a 20% innate
Yep. Yep.
resist. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's correct.
Yep.
And so like the main thing is I believe it's really just for now confirmation bias, but like most people in chat are also like very they felt like even though the effect hit accuracy and on like reserves defense down should be very good, and this side also has the effect resistance of the mobs, so like we can also see it's
Mm.
normally the highest has been is like 80%. They struggle to apply defense down. But of course, I do have like one or few people as well who say like, oh, like I never struggle to like put defense down, or I just like reset. It only takes me like 1 or 2 resets to like apply defense
Mhm.
down. So it's like possible, and so like some theories is like it's possible combat power does increase. Like if you're low in combat power, then most likely you have a lower chance of applying the debuff as well. This is just like pure theory. Either like there's something like
Yeah.
under like something going on that we don't know, that's invisible, that we can't see. Either that
Yeah.
or like I said, just confirmation bias. It could be alright and people just jet tripping and like they just got super unlucky like multiple times and everyone's just like hallucinating right now. But like yeah. I just want to say like the main thing is like until like there's more people who look at the code themselves and also confirm,
Mm.
yeah, that's what we saw. And I'd say like it's like a good 90% accurate source and not a true 100%, just in case like new information does come to light.
yeah, that's pretty good disclosure. So if you do want to check out this guy, we'll link it later. Of course, as you can see the breakdown as well of the costs. I would say this one is pretty accurate if you just calculate it yourself. But as for like all the other data on the page itself, we still need to confirm whether it's true or not. Hopefully, in next few weeks or something like that, people can like find out more.
Yeah.
And this is the daily rewards in terms of the maximum, like stage 5, wave 5.
Mm.
This is how much you can get daily.
Is that's level 5, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, level 5, right? Yeah, 32 cubes a day. I mean, that's pretty solid. How much did it cost again for like Cause it had the total amount, right? For some of the skills. Is
Yeah.
that the total
Right.
amount? Yeah, it's like yeah, 260. So it's like, I mean, low key, that's like what 500-600. Okay, so it's gonna take like what 2 weeks to fully level up a character's skill, a single character's like skill to 7. Like both, sorry, all 3 skills to 7. Am I mathing? It's gonna be like 2 weeks. To get skill 1 to 3 to 7 if you do
To
dailies.
7, I didn't calculate to 7. I did
How much?
calculate with
Yeah.
until 8. So this
To
is
8. Oh,
for
to 8. I
S1 and
see.
S2, but you need
I
to
get
times
you.
2 for this
Okay.
because they're all the same breakdown.
Yeah.
S3 is the one that's higher cost, just in
Mm,
general.
okay.
It's probably around a week and plus something for
Yeah,
maxing a
right. Like
skill.
maybe like 10 days, maybe like maybe not a entire 2 weeks. I actually don't know as well. I think like it said like what? Can you go back to the next stage? Next slide. Yeah, you get
Yep.
32, right? So in 10 days, it's like 320 cubes. That's probably enough if you're doing level 7. Because, yeah, like you did put up level 8. So that's going to be like even higher costs. I'm guessing, yeah, it's probably going to be like 9 to 10 days. I'm assuming to max out a character's skill 1 to 3 to 7 at least. Wait,
7. Yeah.
five,
I
six,
didn't
seven.
calculate it at the moment, but
Oh, actually, maybe it's a bit more, but yeah.
assumably, hopefully that much, because as we know for now, a lot of people hasn't been using the cosmic cube or the orange cube, so they say.
Yep.
Sushi also, who's been doing RTA, well, I'm not sure how active he's been in the RTA yet, but how many of your saviors been leveled up to level 8 skills, Sushi and all us?
Yeah, so for me, the only character that I have past level 7 is Rosaria's S3. That's it. So coming
Ah.
from Ethereal Restart, we have like a similar level up like
Mhm.
material system, and those are like so like those are the most important things in the game. So I would recommend for people watching, especially the newer players, wherever you see a shop to get these
Yep.
gold cubes, you
Mhm.
definitely have to buy it out because this will gatekeep your progress. Because if you're going to play RTA seriously, then you're going to have all the whales with like level 10 skills, you know, and you might only
Oh,
have like sub level 8 skills.
Yep.
So
Yep.
definitely buy this gold cube. It is so important, and save it. Don't use it until you're sure you're going to be using this character quite a lot in RTA. I only did
Mm.
Rosario because I know she's insane.
Mm.
wait, on that
Uh.
note, Sushi,
Ye-
is it
Yeah.
better than to spend even for Gauntlet cubes, Gauntlet shops currencies? Like we got the Gauntlet points, else points as well on cubes rather
Yeah.
than T2 gears, random
So
gear box.
okay, yeah. So in my opinion and in my experience playing a theory
Yep.
restart, this is the number one resource. The gear you can always farm. This cosmic cube you cannot actually
Mm.
farm, right? That's the
Yeah.
only thing that the whales have like guaranteed is gonna they're gonna have an advantage over us is because they can buy these cubes from the shop with like paid currency and stuff. So as an F2P or low spender who cannot compete with whales, this is the number one material you need to focus on if you plan on playing RTA seriously.
Mhm.
That's pretty good insight.
Yep.
Yep.
And it is very, very limited. Actually, have a few of my characters already at level 8, but that's because I
Mm.
did try to push for a bit of RTA. And yeah, you
Mm.
can see there's actually really huge difference when you get some of these characters' skills to level 8. So
Yep.
Like the
yeah, one
debuff
of them is
chances,
like,
right?
yeah, like one of them
Yeah.
is this one right here, Bell. Because I was using Bell initially at I think level 6 on her ult.
Mm.
And every single time I try to face Asherah Waltz in RTA, my only win con is to try to silence Asherah Waltz, and every single time I fail. So
Mm.
and I just end the fight there. So some of these characters really want to have their level 8. Some of them depends, right?
Hmm.
But
Mm.
yeah.
Yeah, as you can see, like for Rosaria, she only has a 85% chance, but if you get it to level 8, it's a 100% chance. So
Mm,
that's a
yeah.
huge, that's like huge, even for PvE, right? Even for PvE, that if you have your auto runs or your operation runs, that 15% can help you like not have to reset or lose that run for sure.
Yep.
Yeah. It it is more consistent as well. I will say I think the biggest difference between Ethereal Restart getting them to max skill and something like Star Savior right now. Star Savior, a lot of the big like debuff effects as we can see is level 8, right? And you can also see the breakdown. We get like what an extra 2 to I think 3% per thing. I don't know how impactful this 2 to 3% is. Like as in like once we get to level 10, I think like an extra 5%. I don't know how impactful that one is, but like I know through a restart, you can correct me if I'm wrong here, Zushi, but there's like it has a bit more impact, right? Like it just increases a bit more damage, or like it actually does like the level 5 effect normally has like a bigger effect, right? Like
Uh,
it is a bit more
yeah,
impactful.
so
Yeah.
yeah, so in Etheria, definitely it looks like the skills are definitely more impactful. Like some characters
Mm.
are like unusable even
Yeah, 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 yeah.
without proper lattices in
Yeah,
them.
yeah.
And the same thing happens in Ethereum with like the whales, right? The whales they have they can buy the lattices, which is what they're called in
Mm-hmm.
Ethereum, and they just have more characters built, therefore they'll have more options as well
Yeah,
while they're
yeah.
against you. Yeah.
So I think like I mean hopefully if let's say let's say level 9 and 10 damage wise isn't actually like a crazy, let's say it's not let's just say it's a straight up 5% more damage, which is like kind of okay, then it might mean that because especially because level 8 is when you start using gold. It means that you might like people in Star Savvy might be less starved in terms of gold cubes compared to through a restart because they only have to use it like one time for like level 8 for very few like abilities that like either want to like hit the debuff chance or like increase like basically the chance based ones, the ones that increase it by like 50%.
Yeah.
So like
True.
Like
we'll
not
see
not
how it
every
pans out.
single character kind of wants it, right? Some of them
Yeah,
are
exactly,
comfortable with
exactly.
just 6, and some of them
Yeah.
8.
Exactly. Yeah. So I'm not sure if someone did any calculations yet, but I think the biggest difference between the Etherea's lattices and then the gold cubes here is that
Mm-hmm.
these cubes, you need more cubes per level. So for Etheria, right, you only
Yeah.
need I think 4
Just
lattices per skill. So for one
yeah.
character, it is 12 lattices to max them out. But
Mm-hmm.
I don't think anyone has done the in-depth calculation yet, right, for the cosmic cubes in terms of
Oh,
like how
how
much
Here
many
you
it
do you
is.
need
need?
per
Yeah, it's
character.
right here. It's right here. It's on the
What
screen.
about like what about how often you can get these per patch?
Hoffman, I mean, go back to the previous page.
This one.
Here. This is right here. So you get six purple cubes a day. That means in 5 days you can make one cube yourself, and then you can get every month you can get 2 cubes from the gauntlet. Per account, so assuming this is season, you can get 5 cubes, and then from like obviously from guild shops, you can get another 3. Weekly, you get 1, and I think some events, just like a 3 as well, will have also like one like maybe 3 gold cubes. So if we like just don't include events, we say like what 1, 4, 9, 11, and then let's say in a week you get like 1. Um, I mean, it looks like you can kind of get like 11, maybe you can get maybe like 20, like 20 a month or something, 20 or
Yeah, so
something like that.
actually looking at it now,
Yeah,
so just from estimates, right? Because we will need like
Yep.
actual
yeah,
numbers to
exactly,
compare,
Yeah.
exactly.
and I would love to compare. But definitely, it does seem so. If we're gonna assume that the number of gold cosmic cubes in SS and then lattices in Etheria are relatively the same. One thing about Etheria though is that a lot of raw stats are gated behind the lattices as well. So like certain
Hmm.
skills,
Yep.
as you level them up, there is
Mhm.
speed. You can gain extra speed. You can gain extra attack. You can gain extra HP that is gated by
Mm.
the lattices as well. So unless somebody does like an actual calculation, if anybody can do that, I would love to compare it and give a more full answer. But yeah, I think that's one thing that's not gated by SS because you just get like 1 or 2% damage, right? You're
Yep.
not
Yep.
using raw
Yeah.
stats because in the theory you will miss out on like a lot of speed
Yep.
or a lot of HP or a lot of defense and stuff like that.
And that's
Then
why it
in
comes into
this sense,
conversation of yeah.
oh yeah, no.
Uh, yeah, it comes into conversation of it seems like only few characters need level 8, and level 8
Mhm.
might be the only point you need. Of course, like maybe at the very end game, like you will want 10 eventually just to add that additional damage. It will still help out. But like compared to the theory of restart, where yeah, like Sushi said, some characters are legit gated by the stats, or like they just get so much stats from upgrading it that it's like some characters are useless without it, and
Yeah,
so it
exactly.
might be
So,
easier.
yeah, so I can give an example. So one of the biggest things in Etheria is speed, especially if you're a cleave player like myself.
Mm,
And you need certain lattice, like you need enough lattices, at least 3 lattices, just to unlock the speed nodes for those
mm,
characters. And it's a lot of speed, like it's quite a lot of
mhm,
speed that you need
mm,
to put in that. But for SS, the only speed you can get are substats and then those 2 pieces that are main stat, right? The boots and the necklace, right? Unless there's
okay.
some other
Well,
speed somewhere else that I don't know
Well,
about.
so
Journey
like
as
with
well.
Journey as well is a big boost
Yeah.
because Journey has like random and inherits.
Mhm.
Also, just in case you didn't know, Resonance is also a thing. I believe Resonance 10 for Ashra will
Yeah.
guarantee her a sense of speed in Journey and +6 just general stats wise as well. So there's
I
that.
see.
But like yeah, it's the main thing is like all these things are more or less achievable without gold cubes. Like they're not skill upgrades,
Yes.
they are more side upgrades. And like Resonance 10 as well will be something you might eventually hit. Like Resonance seems easier to max out compared to like let's say like using gold keeps the max skill to like 10. The
Mhm.
only big thing I think is like levels, level 200 obviously, but
Yeah.
that will just eventually happen anyway. So nothing
Agreed.
to worry about that one.
And whales just have the advantage in both games.
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
Yep.
How far are you in RTA at the moment, Sushi?
So I stopped at gold 5, because at gold 5 is when you start drafting, right? It's not one
Yeah,
team
yeah.
versus the same other team, so you have to draft different characters. So I just stopped at gold 5 like last week, and I think by next week, by the next weekend, like this time, I should have like 7 to 8 characters with hard journeys in them,
Ooh.
and I'm definitely gonna start next week.
And also, Scoo- Scoochie as well as Platinum. Git's also been playing RTA, but he's more
Yeah.
of a journey character. He's been
I'm
running
platinum 2
buses
right
for
now
his viewers.
on RTA. Yeah.
Now for RTA,
I, I
I'm still bronze. I haven't touched it. Yeah, just bronze.
I stopped with the RTA grind because it just gets annoying when you keep getting matched with Korean Japanese players. Like
Mm.
you just get outsped a lot,
Mm,
and it's not
Yup.
fun. The gear
How
difference is too much.
friendly? How friendly is it compared to Iteria Sushi for like RTA in this game compared to like yeah? Well,
What do you mean by friendly though? So I haven't like so just first off, I haven't played like the actual drafting yet. I've played maybe like 1 or 2 real matches, but there was no drafting in those games.
all right, the bots at the moment
Yeah,
or something.
exactly. Yeah,
The
I
blind
stopped
thing.
as soon as I got to gold 5 and everybody was bots. So I can't really give you a full answer yet, but maybe if you ask me next week, maybe if we do next week's podcast, you can ask me that again, and I think I could give you
mm.
probably a better answer.
That's actually a fun thing to do. I think I should do more RTA, do more research, and then we can revisit this topic again. Everyone's been
Yeah.
tough with RTA in terms of
I'd probably try start climbing again,
yeah.
so that we can have some stuff to talk about too.
We
Mm,
have what 49 days before the season end, so that we
Yeah.
can get the skin right.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's the goal. A platinum.
Platinum, it should be free. Platinum will
Yeah.
Should
just
be
be
Actually, it's actually very easy to
yeah.
hit platinum.
it should be very free, even for like I think an average player. So I'm gonna
Yeah.
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 like I said, once I can grind RTA, like when I feel comfortable, I'm just gonna grind every day. So I think
Oof.
even for a regular player, even for a regular player, within 49 days, if you just do your dailies, play
Yep.
enough of the game, I think you can hit plat and then just stop.
Mhm.
Yeah, make sure do your RTA guys if you don't want to miss out on the 2 seasonal skins. Because that one
Yeah,
is
yeah, yeah.
not gonna come back. I don't think so. And the next
Probably not.
one,
Yeah.
oh, I guess this one is up for discussion as well. Since now Sushi mentions that there was a stat gated behind leveling up skills, then how much worth it is it to level up to level 8 because of this effect hit rate? Especially for all of us, which has been referencing our builds around Bullet's guide, and he's
Mhm.
always advised 777, the lucky
Yeah.
number 7, because we never get to ask him whether it's worth it to level up to 8, and he also never tackled this
I mean,
topic
he
before,
I
whether it
think he
was worth
has
it,
it.
but from the number. Yeah.
I think he has it in the I call it the bullet Bible. That's what my community
Oh, that's
calls it.
wrong.
But in the all-in-one spreadsheet, the tab, he has
Yep.
recommended skill levels as well. So I usually just go for the budget one. You can check or you can let your viewers know, but like in the
You're
all-in-one
right.
section, there's recommended skill levels, there's budgets. Like for example, let's see, budget for Lacey is three,
No, they're all
three
three
or
six six
six,
six.
and then
Yeah,
six.
they're all
Yeah,
three.
but then there's also end game, which is just seven,
Yeah,
seven,
seven
eight.
seven seven. Yeah. Wait, seven
So
seven
it's
eight? Does it? Oh,
There's
that's
a
what it
10
says. Yeah.
for Ashura, the normal
Yeah. There are
Ashura.
some with
That's
10,
crazy.
if I remember
I didn't
correctly.
know.
But you can use it
Okay.
as a guide, is what I mean.
Yeah.
For
Mhm.
like if you want to push characters like so my recommendation, right? So as like an RTA player, my recommendation
Yep.
is that since the gold cubes are so valuable, you do not want to waste them because I'm not can you reset them? Does anybody know if we can reset
Nope.
You
them?
can.
No,
You can or
Nope.
no? Yes or no?
you
No. No.
can't.
No.
No.
Okay. Exactly. So you don't want to waste that at all, right? So my recommendation is once you get comfortable with playing RTA, just keep everybody that you're using at 777.
Yep.
Unless it's like a Rosaria where it should be maybe 778 for that extra 15%, right? Those are
Yep.
pretty obvious that you should use the gold cubes on. But when you start playing RTA and if you find yourself drafting like a certain character, like for example, let's say you're thinking about building Roberta or whatever, you currently have her
Mhm.
777. If you're playing a bunch of games with Roberta and you find that if you had that extra gold level, that gold cube to make it her level 8 for a certain skill, and that would have helped you win the game, if you find yourself running into that situation a lot, then you know you should put a gold cube on her
Mhm.
because you cannot reset the gold cubes. Just make sure as a F2P or low spender, you don't waste it because it's such an important resource, like the most important resource.
Mm.
That's a very good advice. Thank you very much, Sushi, for that one. You're a
Yep.
veteran in terms of RTA. We're gonna look forward to your
Yeah.
guide for RTA, man.
Definitely, bro. Definitely. I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm just chilling until I can build like 7 to 8 characters and then I will grind.
Mhm.
The next one, then pretty much the verdict is that just like Sushi and Skuchi mentioned as well, a level 7 is kind of comfortable, but 6 is also kind of like the best place to sit by because that's when you exactly get the cooldown decreased by 1.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
yeah, 8 is really if you want to push for RTA or PV more stably, like Sushi mentioned as well. And Geet's been struggling with Bell, and Yumina his
Yeah.
favorite character.
Oh yeah, yeah. You mean like big part of her kit is the bleed mechanic, so you just
Yeah.
fail to hit it. It sucks. But yeah.
I saw, for example, Bullet. He struggled with RTA fighting Roberta, one-shotting his character.
Yep. Yep.
That was rough. And then this is just a side note, just like Scucci mentioned before. There's a, in terms of PvE, this is not for PvP. For
Yep.
PvE, there's a nerf system. If your BP is lower than 85% of what's recommended, let's say the recommended is 100,000 BP or CP, and then you're sitting at 85k, then you get 10% damage nerf, 10% extra damage intake. So this is again, just a disclosure, this is not fully confirmed. This guide, the website is here, made by Traze. I've been talking with him on Discord. He data mined into the games, which he also says that this was backed up by the Korean forum for Countersite and Star Savior forum. And also, I've asked Kanoban. His name is Chosun Hyung. So Chosun Hyung is the one that made Kanoban guide for the Journey database. He also backed up that this number is, I mean, the database itself is true
Hmm.
from the in-game code. So if you
Okay.
want to trust, I would say you can use this as a reference. Bullet also has mentioned in his video previously that there is a nerf in terms of like lacking combat power.
Mhm.
What are your guys' takes on playing PvE so far?
I mean, like, as someone who's trying to like push through PV as far as possible, as a free to play. I mean, like, yeah, just as a somewhat free to play. It's been fine. I think the biggest thing is, I think the biggest thing is just missing certain units. For example, Operation 23. I'll probably get through that done today, but I probably wouldn't have been able to complete Operation 23 at all if I didn't have Bunny Charlotte, which I have not had Bunny Charlotte. I only leveled up. I not leveled up. I only geared up Bunny Charlotte yesterday when I got to 23 because I just did not have a good fight a Sun unit at all, a Red unit at all until and like most of the time I could brute force it, and I technically probably could have brute forced it with my normal team, which is Bunny, Frey, Bunny, Frey, Lacey, Emily, and Ashra Waltz, but because especially because of the combat especially because of the combat power nerf, It's like I needed elemental advantage. Like I was taking too much damage, and I wasn't doing enough damage to kill them as well. So I wasn't even close. Because I think like when people ask me like they're stuck on something, I normally just advise them try like because most people auto anyways. Try manual it. See if you see how far you get on the bottom left. You can see how far you are. If it's like 80 to 90%, then it means that you probably can just do a couple of tries to just hope for some RNG crit, or hopefully the enemy doesn't crit you and you can win. But if it's like 60 to 70%, then that's when it's like you need to make an upgrade to your team, change something about it. Whether you add like a unit that can give you element advantage, or maybe something like just upgrading your skills or like your gear, or doing like new journey again, or even like
Mhm.
pulling to get dupes or like new Arcanas if you're missing any of the good ones. But yeah, CP like BP overall has like it, as long as you're within like 60%, I believe it's still clearable. I think I'm clearing right now with 60% of a decrease, and I do know some people who like cleared 24. I believe like five like probably like a week ago they completed like 24, and they were like like 50, 60, 70k, like 80k CP behind. Of
Mhm.
course, I do know one of them, for example, did spend like $100 in the game. You can say how impactful that $100 is, but yeah, that's just like a point of reference.
Perfect. How about Gates?
Yeah, I mean, I haven't been pushing through progression as much because I was less. I'm actually just pretty much autoing. When I just finished Sector 18, I think Sector 18 was the most try hard that I've ever done in
Mhm.
terms of progression. But after we got past that, I think I've been autoing mostly, and yeah, I can see the struggle when it comes to the power gaps that we have in terms of doing operations, right? So there's the recommended CP, and usually you check your own CP. And yeah, some people in my chat actually are, yeah, they talked about building characters just based off of their CP, right? So just
Yep.
try to get as much CP as possible to try to actually alleviate these penalties that you can see here on the scaling chart.
Mhm.
But again, not I haven't really studied this one. This is actually the first time I've seen this one. So I don't know where you want to be at to be able to comfortably really clear some of the boss stages, because I haven't really focused on this much. So yeah, I don't have much to say about this because yeah, again, I've just been autoing, and if I lose a stage, that's when I try to manual, but usually I don't do it for like 1 to 2 days and then I come back to it because there's like no time pressure right now. Like there's not really much more unlockable contents that's
Mhm.
available. So there's not much reason for me to really push for it for higher operation levels. So yeah, that's for me.
Yeah.
All right.
Myself, I'm stuck still on 22.
Yep.
How about Sushi? Have you been manualing or autoing most of the time?
I think a general what's the right word? Like a general guideline. I think I was able to auto everything up until like 15, and that's when I started manualing the bosses.
Mm,
So like every 3 stages.
Oh,
mm,
okay.
But other than that, I think Scoochie covered pretty much everything. Just you just have the manual at around 15.
mm. Honestly, I mean, like, do you mean manual every fight or manual just the boss fights?
No, no, just
Because
like
yeah, just the boss
every
fights. Yeah,
until you lose pretty much. It's usually
yeah,
the
pretty
Yes.
big
much. Yeah,
the
like
big ones.
honestly,
Yep, yep.
Yeah.
because like honestly, like to be honest, like you can probably just keep ordering. Like if I'm gonna be honest, I was stuck on 1836 for like let's just say a full day. Once I got past it, I unironically autoed the entirety of 19. Like 1836 was just the biggest wall for me, and I
Uh,
just fully autoed the entirety of Operation
mhm,
19. And to be honest, it's just like that because obviously Operation 18, once you finish with it, hard journey's unlocked. And even if
mhm,
I didn't have hard journey on all my characters, it was enough to obviously make a big difference in terms of combat power and just stats. But yeah,
Yep.
like honestly, just keep autoing until you fail, and then if you fail, then yeah, just manual it. Like you have to manual every single fight.
Mhm.
And then the other thing that I want to ask you guys as well, because especially Sushi, Gits, and Scoochie as well been playing a lot of gacha games in the past. Like, how do you see the future of these games at the moment? Like, we got a lot of new players. Whenever I see Reddit's, all the threads are just new players asking, "Am I doing the right thing?" This, "Hi, I'm new. Hi, I'm new. I'm new." And every time I look at your chats as well when I tune in on your streams, "Hi, I'm new here. What do I do?" Like, how do you see the future of this game?
I'll go last. I will go last.
All right.
Okay. Then I'll start off with some bad news. I actually think this game is giga cooked until they make. I mean, they're having like what, a live stream in like a few days, maybe like a
Yeah.
week or so. But this game has three essential problems that, if not fixed, I'd say within like the month, or at the very least, like within 2 months, if they announce it at least, or within the months, then it's probably just completely cooked in general. Because this game doesn't have second chances. It's different from it's not like a fresh game. It has been out in Korea and Japan for 5 months, and the biggest thing is it 100% did fail, and it did deserve to fail in Korea and Japan because obviously it was just not in a good state. And everything they did was good, but ultimately um, this is kind of like their last chance as well, because if you don't know, they made counter sides. They put away a lot of resources from counter side to Star Savior, essentially kind of dooming counter side as well, even though people like counter sides. And basically, it seems like if Star Savior doesn't work out, then the company as a whole is probably just cooked in general. Because like counter side itself, like their main gacha game or the first gacha game was kind of going down in terms of revenue and player base. And like I said, this game just does not have second chances. And so like I'd say the number one biggest problem is most first of all gear. In case you don't know, if you once you clear 2036, you unlock all stages of Hunt, which is for gear. The last stage does not have a minimum of anything. It's still complete RNG, meaning if you do it, you can get tier 1 green. Not even tier 2
Mm.
green, tier 1 green. You don't even guarantee legendaries at all, much less like in purples. And yes, there is the coin shop, which you can get as well, but you can barely, it's not as much of a, it still is pretty expensive on top of the fact that you're not even guaranteed legendary anyways, even though you can at least pick which piece to craft. And so that on top of enhancement materials as well, because I think like the biggest thing whales have an advantage of is actually just enhancement gear. Because if you're free to play and you're not spending any of your gems on the supply packs, you're basically gonna be waiting forever to like level up your gear. Like maybe you can level up like 2 or 3 characters to 15, or like maybe 4 characters. But you have to like not spend on any other gear. And so that's obviously a massive advantage, especially for RTA, because gear is taken into consideration. Basically, like if someone has like, yeah, like level 15, especially in Gravens, makes a big difference. That's like the first biggest thing, because gear affects progression in PvE, your team like building, like basically PvP as well. It affects like what you can build and stuff. Um, it also like it affects. It also feels just bad in general. Like it's not an exaggeration to say this probably is the worst gear system I've seen, just purely because it's so hard to get it. Like it's not even like it's a lot of RNG. It's just like, I mean, it is RNG in obtaining it, but like enhancement wise, it's not even like that bad. It's just that we're lacking resources in obtaining the gear and being able to enhance it, and that just affects all types of players, whether you're a PVE or PvP enjoyer. I do think the second problem is obviously pool income. Yeah, we got 1,000 pools for the first week. Like, I mean, that's great. But if we actually look, PvP, I believe, gives you like what, 500 for reaching like diamond. But that's like every, let's say, month if season lasts for a month. That means like we're getting 500 gems a month. And then there's no other like consistent source, I believe. Someone can correct me if I'm wrong here. Maybe Cosmic Gate. But even Cosmic Gate is like, let's say, like 1,000 gems. So you get like what, like 1,500 gems, let's say, a month.
Yeah.
That's barely anything, especially if they're releasing a new character every month as well. Um, the game just does not have like a clear, consistent pool income, and unless like they always provide an event that always gives like, let's say, like 50 to 100 pulls, that's also gonna be a massive problem. Like once the honeymoon phase, which is the pulls, is gone, like what's gonna happen? Like people are gonna save, but then if, and so like that leads to the third question, which is power creep. So let's say the pool income is like okay enough for you to pull like a character every 2 months. Like you can guarantee a character every 2 months. If there's a new OP character every single month, every single mana, then at that point like it's gonna be clear where the game's headed and the game's kind of cooked from there. These are all things like I think have to be addressed as fast as possible because like I said, the game doesn't have a second chance. Simply put, like if the game clear, like if the devs aren't going to communicate or they're going to ignore certain problems or they're too slow in fixing it, like the game's over. Like it's over. Like there's so many games that just weren't fast enough, and now you got cooked. Like I think like another example like
Mm.
Tribe 9, where they literally within the first month they died. They announced EOS, and like another one is like let's say CZN Chaos Zero Nightmare. Chaos Zero Nightmare was great in terms of the changes they made, but they were very late in making it, and so it's gonna take them like at least it took them like at least what like um 8 months, 8 months for them to make the game better. And like the game has been slowly getting better, but within those 8 months, people they kind of be burnt out, kind of like kind of got bored of the game, and new players kind of just see the state of the game like yeah maybe it's not a game I want to hop into now because like it looks like it's dying, and so just making sure you don't lose that initial burst of players is so important because I want Star Saving to succeed. I'm having tons of fun doing Journey, and like I do want to like try on RT as well and grind it out like Sushi here, but it does look really really bad just for now. Like we'll see what happens in the live stream in a few days, and hopefully they address every single one of my problems and they just make it really good. Because if not, I mean like this game's gonna be dead real soon. Is how I see it.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
pretty concerning. Hopefully,
Mhm.
they address that on the live broadcast in the next few days. I heard by, I think in 2 days, or if not next week on the 15th, according to Kanoban.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay.
how about for Greeds?
Yeah, I mean, pretty much kind of agree for most of those points because looking at the gear farming progression right now, it's really hard because we are gated by the willpower mechanic as well, or stamina
Mm-hmm.
mechanic that is actually also kind of shared with the other resources that you're trying to farm, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's also shared with the resources that you use to level up arcanas, level up your resonance. I forgot the other one. I think it's for the skills, but yeah, it's also shared with that. So you get 3 per day for those resources, but sometimes it's not enough. But I guess you just need some time to do it. But biggest concern really is for equipment for sure. Like again, no guarantee on golds, no pities,
Mm.
and enhancement materials are super dry. Like there's no real way to farm like the purple and blue
Mm-hmm.
enhancement materials. Like you have to get them from event shops or shops from everywhere where it's available. So those are the old. It's super limited. It's so hard to get, and that's why it kind of affects PvP as well a lot, especially for again as us in global and Asia trying to compete with Korean Japanese players. This is one of my concerns again why I stopped trying to push for RTAs because once you start fighting them, there's just almost no chance unless you're a whale and have all the resources to just max upgrade all your equipment. Like they're almost always going to outspeed you. They're almost always going to be much tankier than you, have more damage, and yeah, it affects the experience right now just because of like you don't have enough time to be able to build your characters because of the very limited resources that you get, especially when it comes to gear. And I think that's the biggest thing that we have here. And touching on the pull currency or the currency income that we have for pulling, yeah, it does feel like it's getting kind of dry now. Like we're seeing, I think I saw a few posts about upcoming characters and they look cool, but the problem is how will players be able to get them, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Sure,
Uh,
you get to carry over the pity, but you're going to try to giga save for like upcoming characters in the future, and
Mhm.
you might even end up like skipping a few characters even though they're like meta characters. For example, we have Rosaria right here. That's super strong character. AoE cleave, like almost everyone kind of wants that, but or needs that as well. But if you saw a character in the future that you might actually want, you might consider like just skipping on this character, but it's not really
Mhm.
recommended. But yeah, those are like some of the biggest problems that we do have. In terms of journey, maybe it's just me, but don't have real ways to actually get journey tickets. And
Yeah.
this comes in with the problem with willpower again. Because if you're
Mhm.
out of tickets, it costs you 60 willpower to run a journey. And that's so expensive. That's two
Yeah.
runs on equipment farm. So yeah, I hope they do something about the willpower system because having it shared across all the contents that you need to do to progress your character is kind of hard. It's kind of hard to really balance. Like sure time will maybe help, like you just need a lot more time, but yeah, it takes a lot of time, gets grindy. So yeah.
I mean, low key, I think like they
Mm.
should just make Journey free. Like it's gonna be infinite grind anyways
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
most things. I mean, even most does 3 days, right? You can only do 3 days. You can do that as well, just
No,
free. Oh, no, is it infinite
no,
as well?
you have a stamina system in Uma
Oh, in
Musume,
Uma?
but
Okay,
yeah,
okay, okay,
but
okay.
it's not shared across any other
Mm,
content, right? It's focused for the training. So
then
you
yeah,
get
there we
to
go.
actually just use it for that. The
I mean, they
thing
already
that I
yeah.
was thinking is that they should just have a different currency that recharges same as the keys that you use for Gauntlet or the
Mm,
strategy battles, right? Something like that
yeah,
would be nice as well.
Oh, like different stamina for
Yeah,
journey
yeah,
itself, just to
yeah,
yeah.
accumulate those journey
Like
entries.
you get
Oh,
three daily that recharges something like that or
yeah, yeah.
five or something.
I see, I see. That's much better than right now. Nothing.
Mm.
Yeah, I will say like there is also like it's also just annoying for like it's just in general, but it's just annoying for Gacha to have like 50 different stamina systems like ongoing at the same time. Like it is also just nice to have it be centralized, which
Yeah.
is why I just want Journey to be just infinite, like no stamina at all, because simply put, the grinders win, the non-grinders also win because they can do whatever they want. Yeah,
Mhm.
I mean like Journey honestly, like I think it's just better because like you still have other shit you can do that will require stamina. So it's not like just because you have infinite journey doesn't mean like you're like it's giving too much power to the players. It is how I see it, but we'll see how they if they even address this because this one isn't really a concern for a lot of people. Because like you said, I mean, I think
Yeah.
you're one of the very few that have run out of tickets right now. So like,
Yep.
Yeah.
but it should be an issue that should be talked about early so that it's not so like I said, these problems should be like fixed before people can like people should be encountering the problems and then they fix it. It should be like if there's a problem, they should fix it before people start encountering that problem.
Mm-mm.
Like
Mhm.
Yeah.
it'd be nice if like once you run out of tickets, it's like oh they changed the system anyways, it's fine. So
Yep.
unfortunately,
Yeah.
Gids is the only one who suffered. But yeah,
Yeah.
All the Uma Musume players have no
yeah,
tickets. I have
legit, yeah, fully
Yeah.
135,
Ubers,
bro.
bro.
Yeah.
I have people who have like 130. It's like
Yeah,
it's
that's why I'm actually running journeys for other people right now. Other people are lending
Damn.
me their
Right.
accounts just for me to run their journeys,
That
and
sounds really good.
that's still fun. It's still fun for me, right? I get to
mm,
play the stuff, and I get to get some good stuff for their accounts, right? So
mm,
I'm gonna DM
but
you
damn,
after
bro.
this podcast.
I mean, sure, if you want to,
All
I'll
right.
burn
So
through them all.
yeah, okay. Okay. Yeah, so then for my opinion on this, I also wanted to go last because I did want to hear both of your opinions first, and I also want to like compare it to Theory of Restart as well. Um, so the first thing I think you guys were talking about gear, right?
mm,
I
Yeah.
think the gear system is okay for now, and the only reason why I'm saying that is because it was the same issue for Ethereum restarts. Everybody was
Oh.
complaining about gold. Everybody was complaining about gear, and gear. I think it's a very easy fix, right? They could just make it drop better stuff later on, right? But so I don't think gear is that much of a problem once we've played this game for a month or two. I think the biggest problem is what Scoochie brought up is definitely the summon amount, the summons, the pulls, all that stuff. So Ethereum, a lot of people were saying like Ethereum was like a bad game and all that stuff, but there is one exceptional redeeming quality for Ethereum, and that is that they give a lot of summons, and there is no 50-50 in that game. It's guaranteed pity for any character that comes out at 80 summons. And the reason why that's such a big deal, and I think that's the main reason why Etheria is still doing pretty well, I would say, up until this point after 10 months since the global release, is that the summons as an RTA game, having like every single
Mm,
character having all the options is the most important thing, I
mhm,
would say. Right? So the summons, they're definitely drying up for me as well. Today's the first day on stream that I don't get to summon at all. Right?
mhm,
But if the devs address that somehow, which I think they could, right? I always give the devs the benefit of the doubt that they
mm.
can always improve the game, but that is, I think, the biggest issue in my opinion, and from my experience as playing Etheria as well. If you don't have the characters, that is a massive turnoff for people who are trying to play RTA because they don't have the characters, they don't have the options at all. And I've
Yeah, I
had
mean,
some
yeah.
viewers. I had a viewer earlier tell me he couldn't even get Rosaria because he lost the 25-75 like
Mm,
5 times in a row.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, that's probably the biggest issue in my opinion.
I will say for the gear though, cause like I will say I do, like for me personally, obviously it's but like I do feel like the Etheria gearing problem and its game's gearing problem is different enough for gear to be a problem. Because like the problem is Ethereum reset, you guarantee golds. The problem was that yeah, you couldn't enhance them, and so there was a lot of grinding. We have that problem on top of not even being able to guarantee the legendaries themselves. I have, for example, I know two people. Well, I mean, for Bullet and someone called G Cliff. They both played obviously Korea, for this game. I believe Bullet's still running purple gear for his even for his
Mhm.
RTA. And G Cliff said that he still has tier 1 gear on some of his characters as well. And they've been playing for what, 5 months now? Because it's been 5 months since the game's out. And that's with like slight changes to the gearing system as well. It was even worse, I think, before when the game launched. And
I
so
see.
like it's like if there were a restart at the very least you got golds. I know the problem is I mean every even like Epic 7 or something as well, always the problem will just be substats getting that speed and all that. This game has those exact problems and then some where we can't even get started on that, that speed grind because like what? Imagine if someone only gets blue gear. Like they're not even getting gold; they just get only blue.
Hmm. Hmm.
It's cooked, right? Like because there's no minimum. It's the main thing. It's like gacha. If there's no if there's no minimum, it probably means that you can like someone can just be really unlucky and they'll just never hit. I think like a perfect example is like gacha in general. Like if they're a restart, their newest characters is 100%, right? For
Hmm.
pull rates. And
Yeah.
so let's say a game like Arknight's Enfield, if you know, their gacha
Yep.
system is 50-50, but there is no guaranteed. Like as in like there's no guaranteed if you miss the 50-50. So you can keep missing 50-50.
There
So
is
theoretically,
guarantee.
unless someone hits like no, I'm talking about like let's say HSR, if you miss the first 50-50, then your next SSR is guaranteed to be that character on banner. But if you
No,
miss an off
Arc
night's
Knights is like that.
Enfield, you're like on like Enfield?
Yeah, on Enfield. Yeah, there is.
No, no, no. Like if you miss 50-50, you can still miss 50-50. Like there is guarantee if you do 120 pulls, then you can get the
Yes.
character. But I'm talking about like
Yeah.
pulling it like in general. Like Honkai Star Rail, for example, if you miss the first 50-50, then the next time you pull an SSR, it's guaranteed to be on banner. But and yeah, but Arknight's Info doesn't have that. Instead, they obviously have the 120 system where at I believe 120, 140 pulls, you guarantee the banner character. But until you
Yes.
hit that, it means that if you hit early, you're not guaranteed to like get the banner character. Is what I'm saying. Like someone can be someone can be lucky and just hit the character first try, or someone can be really unlucky and they'll only get the character by full pitying. Well, like HSR, for
Yeah.
example, if they miss the first 50-50, then the next time they pull like an SSR, they might like hit early. I don't know if like that explanation's going out nicely, but I'm just saying RNG can fuck everything if you don't have guaranteed. And so,
Yeah, I
yeah.
agree with you. So I think the thing is though, I think the way the Arknight's Enfield system works is assuming that you have the worst luck ever, right? If you have the worst luck ever, the
Mm-hmm.
Arknight's Enfield
And so it's
system
actually good. Yeah.
is actually good, exactly, because
Yep.
for
Yep. I
for
agree.
like I play a lot of Wuthering Waves, so like
Mm-hmm.
if you get the worst luck, you can potentially take 160 summons to
Yep.
get the guaranteed character. for like Wu-Wa or Honkai Star Rail and stuff like
Yep,
that.
yep.
But for Arknights, it's kind of in between, right? So that's also why there's a
Mm.
lot of people talking about it. It's in between. For me personally, I think it's fine. I'm not like I don't hate it, but I know it's a little bit
Mm.
different. But it's still not like terrible. You just have to. I think you just have to plan a little bit more for characters that you want in
I mean,
Enfield.
I'm honestly because I talked a lot like because there was like a lot of discussion obviously like with the gacha system before the game came out. Talked a lot
Mhm.
about it, and I honestly agree with you as well. I mean, I think the simple consensus before the game came out was yeah, for free to play, it's actually a big positive. Like you said, if you have the worst luck, you guarantee it, and don't forget
Mhm.
the weapon, right? It's like you get the weapon on top of it, more or less
Yes.
for free compared to let's say
Yes.
Wuo where you do still have to pull for the weapon. But this also like this isn't gacha system specifically, but the pool income, and this comes to where Octan's Enfield's pool income is for now so atrocious. I mean, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but from what I've seen, it's so atrocious that you like you have to you can probably only get like you have to save up like
Mhm.
for quite a while before you can guarantee one character. Because you can never pull early is the main thing. Like, for example, Wuthering Waves or HSR, you can try your luck. If you miss the 50-50, then you know your next 50-50 is going to hit. And so, like, there's
Mhm.
that. But Octan's Enfield, if you have to wait for 140, like, you have to plan ahead. Because if you try your luck and you miss, then it's purely wasted. Well, like HSR or Wuthering Waves, if you try your luck and you do hit, but, like, it's like you fail the 50-50, then you know your next SSR is going to be, guaranteed. So a guarantee for the
Yeah.
banner character,
Mhm.
if that makes sense. Like there,
Yeah.
I will say like pulling. If the pulling income was perfect for Octa's Enfield, I actually think like it was a great system. I actually do like it if the pull income was like really high, but because it doesn't, I would say it punishes it. I mean, it just means like you can't be as greedy, which to be fair is like a
Mhm.
fine thing to say as well. Like obviously you can't have your cake and eat it too, and I think that's fine. I still
Yeah.
I yeah yeah, that's how I feel for it. Anyways,
Mhm.
yeah, well,
So
yeah.
Loki, I think Loki's muted.
Yeah, I'm here. So
Is it?
just wanted to ask for the ER as well, because
Mhm.
basically knowing now from the chatters with Susie's chatters, ER also doesn't guarantee for highest gear to drop even on the last stage of gear farming, is
Mhm.
it?
Yeah.
Wait, really?
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
So I'll
Like
I'll
you
s-
can't? Wait, what?
I'll say one thing though, but the one good thing about SS is that
Mhm.
the drops are always four lines, right? The initial is
Yeah, yeah,
always
yeah, yeah, yeah.
four lines. So in Etheria, you can still get two lines, you can
Mm,
still get three lines, and sometimes four lines. So
and also, yeah.
it's hit or miss, like for some of these gear rolling things for Etheria especially.
I
I think
see.
Salsavia as well. They have four flat stats. I think well, and only two main stats are changeable. I think Etheria has like three or four main stats that might be changeable.
Etheria has six pieces, and three of them are
Three of them,
flat, and then
yep.
three of them
Yeah,
are
yeah,
variable. Yeah.
yeah. So like
Oh, kind
minus
of like
one
Summoner's
basically in
Wars.
terms of variables.
Hmm.
Mm. I well, actually don't know 100% for some of the rules. I'm not gonna lie. For
They have flat attack, flat defense, flat HP,
Hmm.
and then
oh,
the
and then the rest
intergem
is yeah.
changeable was the one speed slot on the
Mm,
rune second slot, I think.
I see, I see, I see,
Hmm.
I see.
Yeah, but I guess comparing between the two games after Sushi also here, I didn't expect that Sushi was gonna be here and come into the podcast today actually, which I'm thankful for. So
Mm-hmm.
I get a more broader view in terms of how other games doing. Like I guess if we're to accept that the gear is as it is, then we can just be like bullet and strategize our gears around the T2
Yes.
purples, if not
Hmm.
T1 oranges, still acceptable. Because as he mentioned as well, what matters the most is the substats. If you have a great substats
Yep.
Hmm.
upon enhancing the gear, keep it because he's still using like
Hmm.
Skuchi mentioned the purple ones.
Well, I believe for the purple ones, it's mostly just HP and defense that you're fine
Yeah.
with. Obviously, things like the weapon, which is attack, even though it's flat. Your boots, which is speed, which is massive. Your necklace and your ring, which are just percentile based. I mean, except for I mean, like yeah, but like the main thing is like I think your whatever it's flat defense and flat HP are fine to go purple because then you're right, substats to probably make out the difference. I think for the other pieces, you do want to be ideally gold because yeah, it does make that difference. It is pretty. I think it's a pretty substantial difference, unless like that purple piece is like the most godlike piece you rolled ever, and like it hit everything. Then I think like it will edge out the difference.
Mm. I mean, the highest speed roll that I've seen was from Scoochie's chat.
Mm.
7 substats.
Yes, seven is 7 with like
Damn,
4%
that's a
crit
lot.
damage.
Mm.
And then apparently people in Discord were telling them to re-roll it because like they wanted double crit rate, crit damage and crit rate. And I'm like, what? Like, unless like unless like he only cares about PvE, I was like saying no, it's like useful
Yeah.
for all around. Because PvE you don't need the speed, but yeah, obviously PvP like as a if you're a cleave enjoyer, yeah, like it's amazing.
I'm excited to see when next week we discuss once everyone started doing RTA as well, especially Sushi as a veteran in RTA from other games as well. And Scoochie as well wasn't really doing RTA before this. He wanted to always go to E7. So luckily we got this kind of game again. Hopefully this
Mm-hmm.
game will like survive until like a year or so. We don't know
Mhm.
where the game's
Yeah,
going, but we're hoping to make up so that the dev also see that hey, in global, we're getting a lot of attention on this game and we're
yep,
putting a
yep,
lot of new players. Hopefully
yep,
they'll also see our effort in terms of like keeping the game alive from as a community. You know?
yeah.
And
I mean,
Uh-huh.
yeah.
yeah, like it'd be great. Yeah, honestly.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Uh, wait, have you guys seen a Reddit post of the previous B-side employee talking about the experiences with the company?
Oh yeah, the leak.
Because yeah, the leak where if you don't know for context, there's on Reddit like someone posted like there's like someone posted like an interview with like a former B side which who made this game and Counter side. They like interviewed them and basically what like it's not this is like first of all context wise this was before Star Savior hit global. That's like a big thing, and the second thing is like we don't know like how much of this is just pure just hatred for like the company or like how much of it is actually true, but basically they were saying like how like B-side was planning to make a third game and they were kind of gonna leave this game in the dust. Like they were like he was saying like how a third game's in the works and like the second game might not get that many updates, which is Star Savior. And then they also said that like because of the way they treat like the employees and all the talented employees might leave the company. Now this is like all those things aren't confirmed, nothing like that. But
Yeah.
and I will say like at least for the third game thing, I think someone said that or like someone confirmed that like the game is not in any way, shape, or form like close to even like making a third game or third project. And this was all before global hit, so obviously there's a massive difference between when in Steam charts when you have like 500 concurrent instantly up to 15k and still sitting around like 10 to 13k, which is like a massive difference in play base. And that's only for Steam as well. We don't know what it looks like for mobile. It might even be bigger. So it was a little worrying, but at the same time, I think I think it's fine. I think it was just like a bit of doom post is all.
Yeah. Hopefully it's not true. Like for all the statement that's like negatively gonna impact Star Savior and all that. Of course, there's
Yeah,
gonna be worried if because the game developer itself been lackluster in terms of communicating with like content creators. Like for Sushi as well, how how much was it in Iteria Restart? Like they communicate with you guys, like as a content creator, streamers. I think they're pretty like very making a lot of effort in reaching out. Like,
Yeah, that's not true.
no,
No, no, in the beginning especially, they did not do any of that.
Mm.
They did
Oh.
not communicate with the players at all. I will give credit to the devs though, right? They have
Mhm.
started to do that and have started to listen to player feedback in the last couple months. But at least for the first 5 months of the game, I remember there was such like there was big drama, like actual big
Mm.
drama in the community where like one of the top players, he was like writing like a whole essay to the devs like, yo, you guys told us you guys were going to listen to us and have like community discussions and stuff like that every month. They didn't do it and all that stuff,
Ooh.
but like I said, I think Etheria has a very good thing going for it because of the summons. I think, like I said, I think the summons is the biggest thing. If you don't summon, you don't get the characters in the
Yeah,
RTA PvP game. That's cooked. I think, in my honest opinion, that's the most cooked thing that can happen to an RTA gacha game.
I
So if
see.
everything else, which is why I don't think the gear is too big of a deal, because in my honest opinion, everything else is very fixable, very easy to very fix.
Yeah.
Like they just do that. But if we don't have the
Mhm.
characters to summon, then it's cooked. It's actually cooked, and that's the
Yeah.
only reason I think Etheria is still doing pretty well today. You can get every single character in the game that you want, at least one copy, and you can just build more, right? It's better to have the character and the option to draft that character
Yeah,
Yep.
than saving
Yep.
up
Yeah.
for one character, because this isn't a casual game, right? This isn't like
Yeah.
Wuwa, this isn't like
yeah, yeah.
Arknights Enfield where there's no PvP. So you need characters in this game for sure.
Mhm.
I mean, yeah, just
Uh,
look at all the other PvP games. Like, I mean, I don't know about some of those walls, but like even something like Epic 7 gives just shits out a ton of pulls and
Hmm.
gives you
Hmm.
new ML basically max out characters as well. Even right now, the current event they have, they give you like 10 ML5 like characters as well. Oh no, they give you 12 if you're a new player and 10 if you're a veteran. So yeah, like pools is just really important for RTA ecosystem. Because if you don't have the characters, and some of the characters are counted as like the meta characters, well, you just
Hmm.
well, gets just have to sit out
Mhm.
then. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, yeah,
Exactly. Exactly.
So it
well,
just
that's
feels bad
yeah.
when your pool is like it's lacking that one single character that could
Hmm.
actually turn the tables around once you actually have it in your draft. Right? So
Yep.
it just sucks. You don't have that option.
Because Gitz
but yeah,
also wasn't gonna play RTA before, but because he loved the Uma Musume aspect of this game, he tried it out.
I mean, it's because I my gacha game before was Summoner's War, right? And
Yeah.
that's pretty much the most pay to win game ever that I've seen.
All
And
right.
like every other player you're fighting has a super rare LD character or unit that you can't
yeah,
ever
Hmm.
get as a free to play unless you like get super lucky. So yeah, that's why my impression with RTAs is like that. But yeah, having the options is really nice.
All right. So in terms of our podcast today, I think we're gonna pretty much wrap up here. Basically, we just discussed about the Cube Palace and the importance. And I didn't know this before as well, because we didn't plan on in terms of knowing the RTA is how much impactful it is on the RTA itself. But after listening to Sushi's perspective as well, I got more insight as well for myself, and hopefully all the other players and the viewers as well get more insight in terms of like how important skill leveling up and all the other aspects of like getting characters pools and all that. And hoping that through this podcast that gonna be done weekly as well, we can hopefully reach out to the dev at some point to make them notice us enough to be able to make improvement in terms of their
yeah,
communications with us. Perhaps with more content creators and streamers such as Gucci, Gits, Sushi. I know I've been inviting as well, like Car6, all of the other big streamers as well for the
mhm,
gacha. Hopefully, we'll be able to reach all of them as well and combine our voice as well to reach out to Studio B side
yeah.
and yeah, make improvement to the game so that it can be long lasting. Really, that's the main objective of this podcast. Yeah. All right. Any last words from all of us? From Sushi, Gits?
That was nice reading sushi, and yeah, I mean like having like a top Ethereum player's perspective is really nice, especially for like the beginning of the game. Because honestly, despite everything, like
Sushi can easily be correct here, and gear might not be a problem. Pull income, I mean, all three problems honestly is all very fixable as well, and so like I know like at least like from talking with peeps through a restart, people were complaining about not being able to do PVE for like let's say a good month. After like the month, like they were fine with it. So like it really just
hmm
could be early symptoms of like it feels like you need to do it when in reality like there's no issue, like it's okay. So so yeah, I mean like we'll see with the I mean it really does depend on what happens during the live stream. I think that's gonna be the most important thing.
Yeah, when is that exactly?
Like a
According
week,
to Kanoban,
apparently.
the
Yeah.
guy who made
Uh-huh.
Chosun, the one that made Kanoban,
Mhm.
he said supposedly next 2 days, if not next week
Okay.
on the 15th.
So
Cool.
yeah, that's gonna be
Alright.
very like important to see, because that probably will honestly like um it'll like dictate how the game's gonna go. Honestly, it is how I see it. Either the game's gonna be cooked if they don't touch any of the three problems at all, or maybe they'll touch all three problems and it's perfect, and then everyone's happy.
Yeah.
Yep.
And how about Gates?
Yeah, pretty much. Like we're all banking on that live stream to be somewhat good updates because the last time that they did a live stream, I think we did not really get much out of it. I mean, we did get 6K gems, but in terms of the updates, there's like almost zero detail given. Like they
Mm.
just gave us teasers on the previous live stream. So hopefully what it's not like that on the upcoming one. Like I hope they give more details about what they're actually planning to do and stuff.
We can
But anyways,
expect day gems though, right?
Hopefully, like they set that as they set that as an example for the first time, right? So hopefully,
Mhm,
hopefully something like that. But anyways, yeah, this was overall a really good talk. Like a lot of good stuff
mhm.
that came out again today. A lot of new things to have learned and different perspectives in the game as well. So really nice to get all that from here.
Yeah, and from me, thank you guys so much for having me, especially Loki. I know you asked me like last minute, but it's
I
fine. I
erase, sir.
stream every night anyway. I stream every night anyway. It doesn't matter. This was actually really, really fun. I'm glad that my insights definitely helped you guys gain like some perspective. So, in my honest opinion, like I said, this game can do very, very well as long as we have enough summons for the characters. Everything else is very easy to fix. That's everything else will not kill the game, in my honest opinion and my experience with ER. Only the summons not having enough because it's an RTA game, I think is really the only big issue that we should be concerned about.
That's actually put a lot of our mind into ease, I hope as well. Because for me, I kind of was in the same tune with Skuchi. Like I wanted to farm that gear T2 so that I can have feel good during RTA. But
Mm.
after learning more, I gotta chill. Take a step back and get the second game by all means. And also, Sushi is looking forward to NTE coming soon as well.
Yeah. So just I guess I can shout myself out a little bit, but yeah. So guys, I like stream every day on Twitch and on YouTube. I also pump out content pretty much every day, and NT is pretty big deal for me. I'm mainly a casual gotcha gamer. Like I said, I think I mentioned it earlier. So
Mm.
NTE is a casual game. There's like no PvP, but it's a big deal for me because it's like my first official like partnership with the game. So I'm very excited for that.
Mm.
Oh,
That's nice. That's nice.
Ooh,
Thank you.
yeah.
no, that's perfect. So please check out Sushi's. He always streams on Twitch as well. And do you also dual stream on YouTube by any chance or other
Yeah,
channels?
yeah, I multi-stream on Twitch and YouTube every night. Today is day 252, so I've been streaming that many days
Oh,
every single day, like straight. Like no excuses, literally no
Yeah.
excuses.
Ooh.
that's awesome. Awesome. Nice.
Thank, thank you.
And
Yes, I
Gates
think
as well.
anyone who's worried about who wants to see NTE, I mean like then Sushi's your guy because he should have the early access in, or at least like slightly early access, right? Before it officially comes
Yeah,
out.
so I
Yeah.
can't live stream the early access, but
You
I was
can't.
work. I can't. I can't. They said
Ah,
no, but
NDA.
I'm
Oh, what?
That-
exactly, yeah, exactly. I am filming some videos right now that should come out in the
yeah,
next
there
couple
we go.
days
Mhm.
because
Yeah,
the devs are planning ahead to have a lot of hype around the game's release, which will be on the 29th of this month. So you guys
yeah,
can expect NT videos from me in the next week or so.
Awesome.
Okay.
Looking forward to
Nice.
NT, whether it's worth it or not.
Yep.
And Scoochie also streamed daily, together with Geets as well, stream daily. If
Awesome.
Scoochie wanna like advertise, this is the time,
Oh
like
no,
you know.
I'm
Yeah.
fine. If anything, if I had to put in a word, I will say, which is still related to this game,
Yep.
that's like because NT, like there's so many good like NT, I mean Silver Palace and Nana. There's a lot of highly anticipated games coming
Mhm.
out. Of course, they're different genres, but because of that, that also this only means that they like Star Savior really needs to succeed then. Because like I said, if let's say Star Savior sucks, complete balls, like they don't address any of the changes, I'm sure Sushi will eventually just play like NT and like keep playing it through a restart if the game makes zero like positive changes, of course.
Mhm.
Or like it's the same for like the average gacha player. Like they'll just be like, all right,
Mhm.
well this game sucks, and they'll just hop onto the new thing.
Mm,
And so
yep.
Yep.
they
Mhm.
really can't afford to just screw up here.
I
Agreed.
hope so. Fingers crossed.
Fingers
And
crossed.
Gits
Yeah,
as
yeah.
well. He streams daily as well, right? Most of the time, Gits. I think
Uh,
only
I'm trying.
from.
I'm trying again. So yeah.
Wasn't it daily? I've been watching you daily at least.
Well, right now I've been consistent because we have a game to play, right? Usually I don't get to stream as much
Mhm.
if
Mhm.
there's
Ah,
no game like this to play.
I
True.
see. And
Well,
Scoochie
you
also 3 p.m. PTSD. Oh, sorry, PST.
PTSD.
PST.
PTSD.
PTSD is crazy though.
Uh,
Like
so
PTSD.
I don't
I
know
got
if
the
it's
time
that
wrong.
big of a problem. But yeah, yeah, I say at this point 3 p.m. PST is at this point like a meme for me because I never stream around that time. That was only at the very beginning. At this point, I'm like 1 to 2 to 3 hours late, but other than that, yeah, I might stream around then again because there is some things I do want to work on early in the stream.
Mhm.
But yeah,
Awesome. Thank you so much for coming to this podcast as well, guys. We're gonna have this weekly. Hopefully, after some RTA sessions as well, Sushi will bring us more insight how to do the RTA, and maybe even on the future broadcasts, we can see live action from Sushi doing RTA, and then we
Down.
can backseat him. Let's see how
Yeah,
that works.
I'm down for that for sure because I stream everything everywhere anyway. So like whatever like if I even during this week, right, guys? If I feel like I have enough characters built for
Yeah,
RTA, even in the middle of the week, you guys can just check out my stream because I'm just gonna live stream literally everything.
come check us
yeah,
out.
Yep,
And for the next podcast, next week's same time, guys. All right.
sounds
Bye for
great.
now.
Thank you.
Enjoy
Thank you
the
so
game,
much for
guys.
yeah,
All right. Thank you guys.
yeah. I'll see you guys next time then. And honestly, like if uh if if they end up doing the live stream, let's say in 2 days, I'd be very down to. I mean, depends on the time, but honestly, because
Mm.
this probably just be one of the biggest live streams in terms of like how the game state's gonna be for the future game states. I'd be always down to like do a nice chat after the live stream to talk about what was shown on the live stream
Yeah.
and see
Yeah.
like if
Sure.
something good changed or
Yeah.
not.
I'm down for that.
Yeah.
All right, perfect. I'll see you guys next time. And then we always can discuss our projects in the Discord as well. Looking
Hmm.
forward
Yeah.
to it. If you guys have
Yep.
got any suggestions as a viewer as well, or the concern, just tell any of us, and then we can always discuss it as well. And hopefully we'll write a long, lengthy essay, like Sushi mentioned, 10 pages
Yeah.
to the death.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
But yeah, hoping this game will succeed. Peace out, guys. Bye bye.
Yeah. I'll see you guys next time then. Have a
All
good
right.
ones, everyone.
Have a
Bye
great day, guys.
bye.
Bye.
Great day. Bye bye.